Good morning, welcome to Bellerive Oval, Hobart. This is the World Cup match 1992 between Australia and Zimbabwe. They languished at the bottom of the table. We'll show you the points table in a moment, but first of all, the two teams announced a couple of minutes ago by the captains. The Australians, they have left out Jeff Marsh at the top of the order, and Mark Taylor and Merv Hughes. So the team is Tom Moody and David Boone to go in first, then Jones, Waugh, Alan Border, Steve Waugh, Healy, Taylor, McDermott, Whitney and Reid. Jeff Marsh will be carrying the drinks today. And the Zimbabwe side, they haven't won a match yet, but they have beaten Australia in a World Cup match before, and they are not a combination to be taken lightly. Ali Shah, Andy Flower, Alistair Campbell and Andy Pycroft, David Houghton, then Andy Waller, Kevin Arnott, Ed O'Brandis, Mark Burmester, John Tracos, Kevin Dewars and Wayne James is 12th man. So the points table, just to confirm the rating we gave you a moment ago, the Australians have 4 points and Zimbabwe none at the bottom. The Australians can get to 8 points with 2 games to go, one against Zimbabwe and then one against West Indies. So that would raise interesting possibilities into which the net run rate would certainly come. So conditions out in the centre, not always exactly as the teams might want here. Here's Tony Greig.
Thanks, Richie. Well, the wind's really blowing out here in the centre at Bellerive. I can tell you that on this wicket, normally, over the years, sides have averaged about 200 batting first. Now, Pakistan playing against Zimbabwe here earlier this season made 250, and that's the sort of score the Aussies will be looking for, perhaps even more than that. Just having a look at the pitch, I've had a chat to the groundsman out here. Peter Stowe says that he's pretty happy with it. It's quite dry, a little drier than the last one, although in keeping with what we normally find out here at Bellerive, it's a little patchy in terms of what it looks like, but that really doesn't matter. You can see what I mean there, a little bit of grass and a bit of green by comparison to that brown. That'll is just a little bit damper, but there's a crack right there. This here, on the other hand, is quite hard. So there may be just a little bit of inconsistent bounce, but other than that, I should think the ball will come onto the bat quite quickly, and of course, it's not a very big ground, so getting over this outfield, which looks nice and hard and fast to me, won't be hard either. Let's have a look at our Dulux Weather Shield weather watch. There it is, 17 degrees, the humidity on 55%, the player's comfort on 20, and the wind that I was talking about emanating from, it's around about the northwest there, and it's, I tell you, gusting up to about 25, so it's pretty windy out in the centre. The pitch condition, as I said, is pretty dry, and the light, well, I think that too will fluctuate depending on the cloud cover. Back to you, Richie Benner.
The pitch and the outfield sound very good, and the breeze could be a problem for the players. Here's Ian Chappell now with the two skippers.
Here's this.
You can have a bet. We'll bowl first.
Okay, mate. Good luck.
Good game, eh?
Dave, track looks pretty good. Why are you sending him in?
Well, I think really it's just a case of playing to whatever strength we do have, and we haven't got a particularly strong bowling side, so our best chance is batting second, chasing anything they can put out.
I guess you'd like to turn the clock back to 83, eh?
Yeah, that was a long time ago, though, and it's a completely different scene now. But it would be nice to do it again.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Alan, you've gone for bowling strength rather than batting strength in this game?
Well, just, you know, if we've got the slimmest chance of getting in, we need to improve our run rate, plus we need to bowl an opposition out cheaply. So, you know, just throwing caution to the wind a bit today, and hopefully it proves the right method.
And, you know, the side, they're still hopeful, obviously, of getting in if you can win 2 games.
Well, I suppose there's an outside chance, so you know, you go in with a little bit of hope, but basically we just want to finish off strongly and just show everyone that we can actually play, and you know, if we win the next 2 games, well...
Yes, the temperature, you say it's going to be a maximum of 19. It's not quite that yet. Ed O'Brandis to bowl the first ball. It's a good start for Australia. May not have come off the exact centre of the bat, but Tom Moody will take it. 30th one-day international for Tom Moody.
But not on. Shah getting across quickly from mid-off position.
Yes, Zimbabwe won the toss and decided to field first. So Tom Moody now taking straight at the Church Street end. Oh, there's a run out here. He's gone. Boone wanted one, then send him back. So poor old Tom Moody left stranded in the middle of the pitch. And that's not a great start for Australia. It seemed to me that Boone said yes and then decided against it. And that was the end of that, because Moody had committed to Boone's call and couldn't get back. Let's have another look.
Yes, off the thigh pad there, and there comes Boone, and then he says no. And poor Tom Moody's gone for all money. That's a tragedy for Tom Moody and Australia, because they're looking for early runs from the big striker from Western Australia. So the Zimbabweans away to a good start. It's 1 for 8.
If ever there's a batsman that can get the scoreboard ticking right from the word go, he's the man. A lot depending on him today. And he's out pretty early. He's out there because of a dreadful misunderstanding. And Boone would be aware that this was his fault. Let's have another look at it quickly.
Yes, there was Boone coming. And Tom Moody, a big man, was going and sent back and was out by 2 or 3 metres.
That's a good shot from David Boone. He loves them in that area, roundabout leg stump, and reasonably well pitched up at medium pace. I tell you what, a few more of those and David Boone will really lift this run rate, which is what Australia need.
Superb stroke, and just getting onto leg stump, and beautifully balanced David Boone just beats the man at backward square leg. He made a big dive at it. He's on the 30-yard line, but it raced.
Runs of 20 balls. Jones has the strike. Good shot. He's picked 1 or 2 up in that area around that leg stump. And that was right off the meat of the bat. It's a long boundary down there. They'll run 4.
Sanders pitching up, and Jones and Boone picking him off nicely on the onside. Long boundary down to long on. Good running between the wickets. It was always going to be 4 all run if it didn't make the fence. Confident stroke by Dean Jones. Good positive straight bat there. Nicely timed on drive.
Good shot by Jones. Lovely cut shot, and into the fence he goes. 4 runs. Good effort down there by Kevin Dewars, diving away to his right.
Bit of bounce in, and Jones did well to get over the top of that. Beautifully balanced square cut. Timed it to perfection, went very quickly to the short boundary for 4.
He certainly attacked that one, bouncing off the fence down there. That's a full toss. He needs to stop that one. So just 2 there to Jones. He'd be a bit disappointed he didn't get that one away for 4. In the air and just short of cover. He's trying to hit that to the leg side. Hit the front edge of the bat and went out on the offside. So Jones just a little bit of lucky. Some movement out there. I think that little indication was that perhaps it'd be a good idea to play straight or hit the ball straight. You can see how he was trying to flick it away on the onside. The back of the bat and bobbed out on the offside. Running by Jones. We go back to the 3rd here. Well done. Sense of urgency from Jones there. Circuit commentary now is going to be Ian Chappell and Clive Rice.
Thanks, Tony. Good morning. That's unbelievable running from Dean Jones to get 3 for that. Just a push I think for a moment David Boone thought that mid-on was actually going to get a... and drop. With a left hand to it. And David Boone thinking about a second, which would have been disastrous. The bowler applauding, but Kevin Arnott just getting the left hand on it and saving 4, but not hanging on to the catch.
Yes, it was a very good effort by Arnott as Boone timed the ball nicely with really hits it in the middle, and Arnott flying dive reminiscent of a goalkeeper, and I'm sure he'd be delighted that he's actually saved the 4. There you see the rain clouds that are causing a couple of showers here, which Australia certainly don't need interrupting their innings.
Beautifully struck. It's a bit of bounce here, always is at Bell Reeve, and it's good for horizontal bat shots. And David Boone plays them extremely well.
Yes, that little bit of bounce here really does suit David Boone, and Diaz at his pace cannot afford to bowl it there, and what a superb shot that is. Really times it beautifully.
David Boone came into the competition in terrific form, scored a century against New Zealand, but he's had the misfortune to be run out a few times in this competition, 3 times in all.
His Burmester here has got to really try and keep it tight. Brandes was going for a few, and
that is well hit.
Boone now showing his intentions. He's now played himself in, and he's now really attacking the bowlers. And yeah, Burmester drops it short, and that is no place to bowl today, but Boone, he cracks it away backward a square, 4 runs. Turkle, then a gully and an extra cover saving that single.
Mark Burmester at fine leg. That 50 partnership coming off 69 balls. And we've got another change at the river end this time. It's going to be Ali Shah coming into the attack. He replaces Kevin Dewars. None for 13 off 6. Dewars, a very tidy spell. 1 maiden in his opening spell.
Ali Shah there just getting himself loosened up, because he can't afford to have any warm-up balls that aren't directly on target. Two runs. Jones looking for 3 with the speed that he's got up and down the pitch. The Zimbabwe fielders have to really be careful, because he can easily make it, and he's taking them on at half a chance.
There are plenty of fans here. That's nicely hit by Dean Jones. Getting it down and getting it away from the fine leg Kevin Dewars.
Dave Houghton will be looking for his bowlers to bowl with discipline and really concentrate on the line and length. And here it's exactly the opposite. Short down the leg side, and that has got to go for 4. And Dean Jones does the job.
That'll help the Australian run rate, a couple of boundaries.
Dean Jones, you cannot afford to bowl him a half volley on leg stump. And here, having already bowled him a short delivery, he's trying to get the next one up to the bat a bit further and doesn't quite have the control, and Dean Jones cracks that one away square. Magnificent shot.
Big appeal there for LBW. But Brian Aldridge from New Zealand not too interested in that one. Have another look here.
Was the arm ball going straight on, and it may have hit David Boone on the thigh, on the back leg. John Tricos wasn't all that amused when it was turned.
1 for 84. One bouncing over the top of the square fieldsman right off the meat of the bat. Lovely shot by David Boone. We know that that's one of his favourite shots, and this is an example of how he puts it into practice.
He's got a good break there, David Boone. He hit it straight at the fielder, but because he hit it into the square, the hard part of the ground.
It's got him. Good delivery, good line, and then Belisha getting the ball to cut from off the leg, break through.
Very well bowled, and since the rain, the Zimbabwe bowlers have done very well. They've kept a tight line and length. The Australians looked as though they were getting away from them before the rain break. But now David Boone has gone, the second wicket, and it didn't find the inside edge. It was just a good in-cutter.
Border goes over cover again. That's a great shot. That's Alan Border at his best.
Once again, that little bit of room, and Border was quick to seize on it. It's one thing to have the ball bowled in that fashion, another to take advantage of it.
Good shot, this.
Off stump.
That's very well bowled from John Tricos, and he's out. Lured him down the track. Alan Border overbalances. And Andy Flower behind the stumps completes the job. Border stumped and out for 22. That's a good platform from which to launch some sort of assault. Excellent place for Dean Jones to be. One more. Dean Jones 50. As he clips confidently to the mid-wicket. Very well played, Dean Jones.
Dean Jones is 50 there. He's been playing very confidently from the minute he walked to the crease this morning, and he's now got the responsibility of really upping Australia's rate.
And he's gone. Mark Berners to strikes. Dean Jones just dragging this ball on, trying to run it down the third man, but only succeeds in using the inside edge to bring the ball back onto the stumps.
Then he's a little bit expensive. Jones punishing him, and yeah, he gets his own back. All the seams back, inside edge, hitting leg stump as he tried to run it down to third man. Jones will be very disappointed.
Steve Waugh has come to join his twin brother Mark Waugh. Oh, he's dropped it. Dropped it. Andy Flower diving to his right there. Desperate bid. The ball not quite sticking in the gloves this time. And Steve Waugh gets an early let-off.
This is just what Zimbabwe needed. A good catch there behind the stumps, but unfortunately, a knock-on coming and just not quite getting hold of it. That's a great let-off for Australia.
Beautifully played. Nicely timed shot from Mark Waugh. Jonas the man after it. He's going to cut this off just inside. Dramatic dive. Nearly succeeding in pushing the ball into the fence, but 3 runs. 4 runs indeed, 4 runs. All run, and Australia now 4 for 149.
This is the 38th over, the run rate 4.61. the air and into the gap. Fine shot.
Yes, that's what they've got to do. They've got to get that ball up over the infield. It's not a big ground. Certainly not by Australian standards. And a few heaves like this in the direction of mid-wicket, especially if there isn't a fielder back there, is the order of the day.
A very consistent score against Zimbabwe in World Cup matches, only been out the once for 45.
He's also scored plenty of runs against Zimbabwe in their own country.
Big hit, the man's coming around, he won't get to it. Falls in. And run 3.
Campbell, the fieldsman down there, Alistair Campbell. A long way to go to his left. Run around there because once again they're going for the gap. And watch him go here. Just managing to cut that one off. And that hit the stumps, and a big shake of the head there from umpire Steve Buckner. It must have been pretty close, but it was probably close enough for him to give the benefit of the doubt to the batsman.
50-run partnership of 35 balls. Well, it was close, wasn't it? Oh, boy, that would have hurt. Could have broken a hand. Really did hammer that back. It was a good save.
He's a tough chicken farmer, mate, from Zimbabwe. There's no way in the world you're going to break his hand.
He certainly didn't show the white feather there, I'll tell you that, because this was really hit back hard. It was a catch. Look at that.
So I don't think he was trying to arrange that as a catch. I think that just hit him.
Fine shot. Superb shot off his toes, in fact. Mark Waugh, magnificent onside player. There it goes again. Fieldsman this time cuts it off, throws to the bowler's end, and Steve Waugh home safely. Good running.
Yes, they should have a good understanding, these two. They've played cricket with each other for long enough. Starting, no doubt, in the backyard as little boys.
That's going out square leg. The man coming around doesn't get there. It's 4.
It didn't quite get that in the meat of the bat. Otherwise, it would have gone a lot straighter, as it turned out. It didn't matter because it went flying away to the short boundary down at square leg. And on the bounce went for 4.
Steve Waugh rushes to 49. An early let-off. He's taken full advantage of that. He's played superbly. Dropped off the second ball he received by the wicketkeeper, Andy Flower. That's 50. Well played.
Yes, very well played. He may well have been dropped, but he's taken advantage, full advantage of that little mistake by the Zimbabweans. And he certainly helped lift this run rate. Those are his figures, a strike rate of 128, which gives you some idea of how well he's done. Just 39 balls for his 50.
That's 6. That's a big hit. Mark Waugh right under the hill. A long way back.
Boy, when he hits them, they stay hit. That's his 50 as well. So the brothers Waugh turning it on here for the Australians.
Could be 6 more. No, I don't think. I think that would have gone. Silly lad put his hand over the fence.
Yes, whose side's he on? He signalled 6. I'm not too sure about that. The little lad in the crowd leant forward there, and it probably would have nicked the top of the rail, in which case it would have been 4. Have another look at this.
As it looked like it was going to crash into the top of the fence. Watch it on replay. Well, the man, the lead jumper, dropped it. Got him. The slow ball. Played on. Fine effort by Stephen Waugh. A wonderful partnership.
There's a fantastic effort by him. He got a chance early on, but boy, did he make the most of it. Smashed the thing to every corner of this ground. And Ed O'Brien is striking there, taking a leaf out of Waugh's book, actually, bowling a slower ball, which he eventually dragged onto the stumps. Here we are, an outside edge, and went squirting away, hit the off stump. So Waugh out for 55, just 43 balls, 5 for 257.
Ian Healy joins Mark Waugh.
But he's a tough little customer, and I tell you what, he doesn't half give them a thrash as well.
Big shout for LB. He's gone. That's a vital wicket. It's a ball wasted from Australia's point of view. So Healy out. LBW for a duck.
Yes, he got forward there. Interesting to see this replay, whether or not he managed to get outside the line. Ball just nipping back. He wasn't that far forward. And umpire Steve Buckner from the West Indies having a very good look, taking his time, and then eventually giving him out. So Healy had no option. He had to go for it. Out for a duck. And Australia 6 for 258.
Peter Taylor. As Kevin Dewars want to keep the ball well up, very full to Mark Waugh because he's so strong on the onside. Mark Waugh will be looking for the boundaries in that region. They're good hits, but they're not about a 70-metre boundary. That's well bowled, the full pitch, but he may get 2. He does, and keeps the strike.
So he'd be looking for the really big hit. And you're trying to hit it way into that crowd down in the background there.
It's well bowled. And back for 2. It's good running by Peter Taylor. 1 ball remaining for the Australian side with Mark Waugh on strike. A very good effort by their batsman.
Yes, I think if he gets his way, he knows there's just 1 to go. What he'd be trying to do is smack the ball right up in there. That'll be the idea, if he can get underneath it. But the bowler will be aware of the fact that he's got to try and keep it right up in the block hole. Don't let him get underneath it.
It's down to long off. Peter Taylor will come back for the second. Good running. Excellent innings from Mark Waugh. 6 for 265. Well, the batsmen have done their job here for Australia at Belrive.
That's a terrific performance from the Australians to get up to set a target of 266 for Zimbabwe. This is the card. 6 for 265. A wonderful partnership between Steve Waugh and Mark Waugh. 113 from just 69 balls. A tremendous performance from everyone. That's what they had to do, set a big target, and I reckon they made 30 to 35 more than could realistically have been expected there. A half-hour lunch break, and then 266 the target for the Zimbabwe team. For the Australians, first of all, they must win.